Witness me, Smegma Crazies. Welcome back to Mad Max. Last time we took out a camp, and in addition to unlocking the story that we need to move forward, this also allows us to get some new upgrades on the Magnum Opus. Gutgash hides a few of them, but they're all pretty good. I think, generally speaking, that the current level of armor and bumper is usually what I go with on the Magnum Opus, just because it's not amazing, generally. Unless you're going for some very specific builds, like you want to have the biggest bumper because you plan on doing a lot of car-on-car combat. You start getting real sluggish real quick. So it's a bit of a trade-off. I like having a slightly upgraded from the Jack version, so it does have a bit of armor and also a bit of bumper to cause some havoc. But you know what? It works. I did finally get the the gas can I needed to break into this area, so I got that going for me.
They had something, but now it's gone. It's gone no matter how much they loved or hated or bickered.
What exactly do you make of family in the wasteland? I mean, you can tell what Max makes of his family in the wasteland. It went poorly. But as for the people, and I don't know why they've got all these different photographs around everywhere, it's not really clear about how much time has passed since the fall of civilization, I guess you might call it. So being able to have all these different photos around, all these people who've essentially, I don't know, lost their grip on reality, or humanity, or all that kind of stuff. It's never very clear exactly how much time has passed in the wasteland. And I think that's alright. For Max to have essentially lived through the end of it, but also to have his, to have people like Gutgash and his followers who have no recollection of the water it's interesting.
It's a hope. An old ship. Armed to the teeth.
Still, won't be getting back to Gutgash for a little while yet. We've got some, a little bit of exploration to do, you know, discover the area. We will get to him eventually, though. I decided to go and try a death run, but something interesting happened along the way. That's another reason that I'm really not ready for convoys yet. Turns out that a lot of these vehicles are a lot badder than I am, really, when it comes down to it. On my way there, I ran into a pretty nasty group. These are buzzards.
He's carrying some time bomb on the back there.
So the man cannon is normally there just to transport buzzards, but the other vehicles I've run into, well, they're more of a problem. One of them here is a grinder. That's that very distinct noise. It means his wheels are a lot better than mine at grinding, so I don't want to spend any time next to that guy. And you'll hear that little distinctive grinding noise a few times. This guy's a drop kicker. He likes to drop mines in front of you and then you run into him and you blow up. I am definitely not I'm not comfortable taking on this group right now. Especially with that guy who has two armor levels rather than just the single one that we've seen here and there before. So although my initial anticipation wasn't to go to this death run, it worked out that way. But hey, you know, while I'm here, I guess I could try out a death run. Why not? The worst it can do is go poorly.
Top crust. Onto the O-ring from my humble abode, leaving burnt rubber on this lethal road.
So the Thirstcutter is a special Rockstar energy drink influence vehicle. And if I can manage to complete this race, I'll get it. But as it turns out, the Thirstcutter really sucks. So don't expect to see very many more death races. Yeah. I don't know what exactly happened there, but I do know, screw this car, screw this race, I'm done with this. It's fine. Everything's fine.
The ship. It looks peaceful from afar, but not seaworthy.
As you may notice from the delightful color of the area, this is where we'll find our source of the yellow smelly. Which of course is one of those things that you need in order to make your proper amounts of boomsticks and boom bangs, all that sort of mess, whatever they'd call them. But yeah, once we complete this, Jeet will, well, we'll be able to build the, Jeet will be better off for trading, and we'll be able to build the armory upgrade inside Gutgash's stronghold. Which means I don't necessarily have to be very, shy with my ammo. Still, we'll encounter some fun on the way there too, why not? Just a few scarecrows to drag down along the way. I'm not real sure how that line was able to go through the cliffside, but you know what? I'm not going to complain too much. Of course, there do seem to be some snipers defending this area, which, you know, I'm sure this will go fine too. I love just being able to ragdoll them across the way like that. It's satisfying. You could always drag them behind you as well, but just yanking them into oblivion is always fun. I do have to compliment Chum Bucket's skills, though. He does a pretty good job being able to hit those guys on the run like that.
This'll work. I'll mark it.
So we've got our sulfur, we found our 2 different battle sites for saltpeter, which means that Jeet will be able to expand his operations pretty nicely.
Nah. I don't like them. Yellers, smellers, stealers, all over the place. Peeps from Balefire, stealing our yeller. It's just not right. Nah, I'm my own man. You want to help me out? Split this stuff down the middle?
I kind of wonder what the point of keeping a picture like this around is. It doesn't seem to be a very, a very sentimental item, but so be it.
It's still worth a look.
I'll remember this.
I don't think I've done very many on-foot fights against vehicles. There's a reason for that. They suck. Honestly, your trick with winning an on-foot fight is going to be mostly a lot of dodging and staying mobile. So the vehicle this guy had is pretty interesting. You notice it has the red tank and the flame spout on the back. This vehicle tries to get in front of you, and then much like the convoys do when they're pretty banged up, they'll just start shooting fire out of their backsides. You can also blow that up, but it's not the vehicle's primary fuel tank, so it won't take out the entire vehicle. It does a bit though.
Oh no.
That seemed like a very, what you call it? A very lackluster oh no for seeing cannibalism happening.
What was morbid then would be benevolent now.
Like, that's the sort of oh no you get when, like, you're taking out the trash and you accidentally, you know, the bag breaks. Oh no. It's not quite enough to fully fill out the balloon, but luckily it's enough, because I really didn't want to have to come back here and find yet another gas can. I hate it when I have to do that, it's the worst. I'll deal with that convoy soon enough. Soon we'll get a tool that will make a lot of these convoys a lot easier to deal with, and I'll feel a lot more comfortable about engaging them at random. It'll come soon. The magnum opus still doesn't have its full complement of weaponry, but soon. I mean, hell, once I get that, a lot of the problems we've encountered with armor and everything so far will be, not exactly a thing of the past, but they'll certainly be a lot easier to deal with.
Hey, keep your head down. There's a lead slinger slinging lead yonder. If you want to keep that fine car of yours hole-free, you do well just killing that long-shooting roach.
I like that. There's a lead slinger slinging lead. It's very simple. It explains exactly what he does. I like it. Geometry.
Long shot in there has shot his last.
I kind of have to wonder if these areas that we're looking at now, you can see definitely in Gutgash's area, like the old coral buildups and things like that. I kind of wonder if this is where it used to be, this was actually close to the shoreline, with all the sand and everything. And actually, as you get closer over to, we're on the west side of the map. As you get close to the east side of the map, well, you know, Jeet's in the lighthouse. So, yeah, as you move close to the east, you start seeing a lot more infrastructure, like places where there used to be docks and things like that. I do like how you get to see the different layouts, though. Gutgash used to be Gutgash is an old ship, Jeet's in a lighthouse. Just neat touches. It is possible to go into the outer bounds of the map, into what's called the Big Nothing, but much as it implies, there's nothing there. I want to say it's just an endless storm. At some point when you go out too far, you just get continually battered. And for a little while, what they had planned on doing was actually making that sort of a roguelike experience, or a procedurally generated experience, where you could go out into the Big Nothing and just drive out there, and occasionally you'd find some high-end car upgrades, but it doesn't seem to be something that made it all the way to completion. I mean, as it is, you just drive far enough, and eventually Max just falls apart, just dies, which, you know, cool. I like how this is called head upgrades, even though they're not really upgrades. It's just, you know, looks. But these are our last two skills that we can get. The Master Shiv Reversal is pretty good. Anytime when somebody with a knife attacks us, we can just take it away from them and kill them. And the Shiv Chain Finisher, also pretty good. That's going to do it for now, so until next time, stay thirsty.